Hey guys, it's Darthmagus Plays here, and today I'm going to be doing my review of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This game's pretty new. It came out on the 12th of February 2021, so it's relatively new, and I completed it, and I'm gonna give my review of it. Firstly, I'm gonna mention how there will be spoilers for certain features in the game, and yeah, maybe some story and a lot on Bowser's Fury. So if you want to come to play the game yourself, not knowing anything, I would advise you turn off now. Also, I want to mention how I purchased the Cat Mario amiibo, which in the game grants you an invincibility cat suit or cat bell. Basically, it's the cat suit, but you're white and it's invincible. And yeah, let's go. Firstly, I'm going to talk about Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D World itself came out like 2012 to 2014, somewhere in that range, and it's basically 3D Land, but like better. So there's tons of linear levels and 8 main worlds with a few extras. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Some things I like about it is I love the characters. There's 5 you get from the entirety of the game. Um, there's Mario, who's kind of all around balance, normal jump, normal friction, no like special ability. Then there's Luigi, who's a bit more skittish, less frictionful. He kind of slides around and has a much higher jump. There's Peach, who glides, and there's Toad, who's fast and has a small jump. And then later on, in the bonus worlds, you'll unlock Rosalina, who has a spin jump from Galaxy. I love all the Galaxy references in this game. That's also something I like. Also, is the multiplayer in this game. The multiplayer in this game is pretty fun. If you have a bunch of friends, I've played it in 3 player, a bunch of friends, and just like you want to go, you can go. It also makes the main completion process a bit easier, which I'll talk about later. Another thing I like about it is the unique bosses that they have. You got I can't believe I remember the names for the life of me. The snake that you jump on his head, probably with a catsuit. There's a big rock you throw little rocks at. Stuff like that. Like there's unique bosses, and Bowser's pimp green or no purple car is great, beautiful. And yeah, another thing I really liked about it was the power-ups. So many more power-ups. It brought back it was the Mega Mushroom's first 3D appearance. First 3D appearance in a Mario game other than Mario 64 DS. There was the cat suit. There was the double cherry, which I wish they used more. I think that was a great power up. They brought back some classics like the Tanuki suit and the fire flower, of course, and the invincibility star. But the main focus is on the cat suit. You always want to have the cat suit handy. It's just always nice. Um, so now I'm gonna talk about a few things I dislike about 3D World. One, towards the end of the game, they start reusing the same levels. It's kind of like the comments in Super Mario Galaxy. Let's say you have a level in Super Mario Galaxy, and it has like a purple comment. It's the same level, but you just have to like do something different, like collect a ton of collect a ton of purple coins. In 3D World, some of these bonus levels are things like kind of just like the same levels but different. For example, there's a lot of speedrun levels where you have limited time to do the same level you did before, or levels where certain obstacles move faster, stuff like that. And it can be pretty fun. It's pretty challenging, but I'd rather see a ton of new levels. Maybe the same concept, but at least some other things mixed up. Another thing I like about it is pretty easy. I've fully completed the game in oh geez 12 days of it coming out, fully beaten, and I've spent only around at most 25 hours on it, and I've already have it fully completed. Yeah, I wish it took me a bit more time to do that. Another thing is there's not a great, or I'll talk about it later. Yeah, I mean, other than those two things, like I really generally like almost everything else. Um, so now I'm gonna talk about what they added. So I'll talk about the few things the 3D World they added in the port. One thing, snapshot mode. Basically, it's like Mario Odyssey snapshot mode where you can go around and take pictures. You got filters, you got zoom, you got tons of stuff. The only difference is now you can use your stamps. So I like this because it gives stamps an actual purpose other than them just being collectibles. Now you can actually place them around and get cool pictures. I think it's pretty good. The other major thing they added was multiplayer, online multiplayer. So now you and like a friend can connect your Switches with Nintendo Switch Online and play some 3D World together. I think that's great because that allows this game just to be so much more, just so much more. I definitely, yeah, I definitely think 3D World is pretty good with the Switch version. I would rate it, I would give it a 9 out of 10 by itself. Now, onto Bowser's Fury, the big part. I'll give another spoiler warning because I'm going to be talking about everything here. I love Bowser's Fury. I basically, the most simple description of it is a huge Mario Odyssey kingdom. That's how I describe it. So basically, you start off with fighting Bowser, or not fighting Bowser, kind of escaping Bowser, getting a cat shine, which is collectible in this game. Oh yeah, by the way, if you like cats, everything's a cat. And by the end, with the collectibles and completions, yeah, cats. And so everything's a cat in this, except for Bowser Jr. and Plessy for most of it. Yeah. So you go collect cat shines, and as you keep collecting them, you get access to the Giga Bell, which is basically how you fight back Bowser. And every time you beat him, you unlock more until you get to 50. Oh yeah, by the way, Bowser Jr. is with you too. He's basically your assistant and also your two-player mode. And I like how you can choose how helpful he is. He can either be there with you always, like pointing out stuff, fighting for you, or he can do nothing. I personally did not use I did not have him. I had him in none for my entire playthrough of this. So yeah, back to the regular stuff. So as soon as you get to 50, you you get the final fight for Bowser. You beat him up, and then you beat him. Plessy turns into a cat, so now Plessy's a cat. So Bowser Jr. is the only one left that's not cat. And of course, other than Bowser, of course. And then you unlock the ability to get the last 100, the last 50, to get to 100. As soon as you get there, through all the special areas, all the fun stuff, you get to fight him one more time, Bowser one more time. And now he's a gray hair. Wow. And at the end, believe it or not, Bowser Jr. gains his cat ears. So everyone is a cat except for Bowser. Yeah. I thought it was great seeing everything being a cat. I think it's funny, like everything from the seagulls to the Goombas to the Kameks to the Plessies are all cats. There's also some regular cats which you can kind of just throw into the water. Why not? You know? Why not? So some things I didn't like about it is that a few things is like it's extremely easy. You're allowed to keep so basically you're allowed to hold power-ups and you can hold 5 of every power-up at a time. So basically you can't die. The only thing that could theoretically kill you is lava or maybe Fury Bowser when you're in the fight. Other than that, you're never going to die. I think they could have made that better by making giving you maybe letting you have hold less. For example, maybe 2 of every power up instead of a billion. Also, um, I think there's a lot of water. I feel like it's a bit too much water. Because, like, most of the map is just plain water with nothing in it. With some islands threaded between. Granted, it does not take long to go from island to island. It goes relatively quickly. But still, I'd rather have more filled with things. So, yeah. That's why I would give Bowser's Fury, honestly, a 10 out of 10. Just because of... It's great. Now I'm going to talk about what it takes to complete both. If your goal was to complete, like fully 100% complete Mario 3D World, what you would need to do is you would need to, one, beat Bowser the first time. That's one. Secondly, that's 1 star. He's 5 stars. 1 star, and then get to Let me see think for a second to make sure I'm right. Yeah. So then you have to get every single green star. You gotta get every single flagpole, the top of every flagpole. You gotta get every single stamp, and then finally you have to beat every single level with every single character. So you have to beat every level 5 times, which is definitely the hardest. There's definitely the longest part of the entire process. And something you can do to speed that up is if you have a bunch of friends, or even just by yourself and you have a bunch of controllers, you can do it so you play level alone, but then at the very end you summon in a bunch of others. A bunch of the other characters go jump on the flagpole once to complete them all at once. I didn't do that tomorrow. I didn't do that because I didn't realize you could until the end of my completion process. So, what that meant was I completed everything one by one. That took a lot of time. Also, another thing you can do is if you do not use the white Tanuki suit at all in any level, you can get sparkles around your thing. Granted, if you do end up using it, all you gotta do to still get those sparkles is to replay the level. A lot of people are saying that if you do it, you're never gonna get the sparkles, but that's not true. I'm just gonna make sure you guys all know that. I feel like that's a pretty good thing to know. All and That's all it takes to complete 3D World. It's not really a reward other than just like on your little file. So that is one negative with it. Is it's not like a huge like obligation to complete the entirety of 3D World. Bowser's Fury, however, does give you a sort of completion reward. If you fully beat Bowser's Fury, which is just basically just get every single cat shine, you will unlock, other than the fact that literally everything now is a cat, except like I guess like regular Mario. You unlock the ability to always use Giga Mario. Like, or by that I mean you get to use the go. If you put on the cap suit, you can use the Goku Mario look, which is just a different appearance wise. Other than that, there's nothing else really. So yeah, that's my review of Super Mario World plus Bowser's Fury. I think definitely recommend it. This is 100% the most they've ever done to a port from the Switch, from the Wii U to the Switch. Is definitely the most work they've ever put into one of these, and I think it's great. I definitely think you should buy it. I think Bowser's Fury enough is like I would buy this game just for Bowser's Fury, honestly. And to have 3D World portable, yeah, I would give this game a 10 out of 10. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your opinions and what I can do better. Have a good day and see you all next time.